Hey, what's up YouTube land? Ricky here again with yet another Transformers video review, and today we're going to be looking at, you guessed it, Transformers Generations Rattrap Deluxe class. Now, yes, this is the Rattrap again that comes with the comic, but again, much like Chromia, I'm negating the whole comic book section because I know there are plenty of reviewers out there that have shown off the comic book, and I want to focus on the toy. Yes, by the way, I want to clarify, I do have both comics. I didn't buy these used, I bought them new, so I have both the comic for the Rattrap and for Chromia. I just choose not to show them off in my reviews because my reviews are about the toys, not about the books, the literature. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, this Rattrap is a very interesting figure, and I do quite like it. My particular figure is riddled with flaws, which I will get into in just a moment, because so far I'm the first reviewer that I know of to show off these issues, and this is a buyer beware type of situation. Everybody wants to say how great this toy is and how wonderful it is, but there are figures out there for this particular character that they're not knockoffs. They're name actually made by Hasbro and made it to retail that are riddled with issues, and this is one of them. My first issue, as you can see, it's not a mistransformation. The neck will not lock into place, nor does my neck flap work. And I have a friend that lives in Livingston that also has the similar issue here, where that flap does not work properly, which we'll get into in a minute what it's supposed to do. If I could pop it up, I would show you now, but it's deciding to be a little. There it goes. See, if I hold it, it's supposed to be designed to where that whenever you move the neck, it you're supposed to be able to set Rattrap up and put his feet like this and let him sit, and it's supposed to hide the gap that would be there from his rat head. But that doesn't work so well. This panel line does not line up properly. My other issue is this whole backpack section for me is was warped in package, but I didn't realize it until I opened the figure. And because of that, this panel right here does not line up behind the leg like it's supposed to. It doesn't even clip in underneath like it's supposed to. And it makes the whole thing, the panel sections of this shell former, not really work very well. But other than that, the figure's excellent, and he looks good in his robot mode. If the backpack section wasn't warped, which we'll get into when you see the robot mode, you will see what I'm talking about. He does have an opening and closing mouth in this mode with all teeth painted, which is always nice because usually they skimp out on that. And they did a little bit. They just painted the tips of the teeth, at least on mine. I think others were actually fully painted white, but whatever. He has little beady rat eyes. He looks like a rat, and his tail is bendy articulated, so you will hold a pose wherever you put it, however you put it. As far as articulation in rat mode, his arms will move around, his wrists here swivel, and he has little fetums moving here, but that's more for transformation. He's pretty much just a brick. As far as size comparison goes, I'll bring back in Chromia, show you what he looks like with another deluxe in the wave, although she's a little bit smaller on the smaller scale deluxe figure. Now, on to this this rodent's transformation, which is very, very involved. I was quite impressed. The first thing you want to do is reach in and remove his gun, which is also very nice. It's a clear, translucent plastic. It's very nice looking, and it also has another added feature. It will, if you rock it a little bit and work it out, it becomes two separate blasters, which are very highly detailed and very nice. We'll set them off to the side. He also has one other hidden function, which will also a hidden accessory, which we'll also get into in just a moment. You can probably see it right there in his arm, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, again, like I said, this figure's transformation is very intuitive. There's a lot going on. It's very busy. But for me, this is another problem I have with my figure, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I'm going to go ahead and pop off his arms for his transformation, his rodent arms, and I'll explain to you why I did that in a minute. We're going to set those off to the side. This just makes it easier for me, and they're going to pop off anyway on mine. The joints are very loose. But again, that's an issue with my figure. It is not indicative of every Rattrap toy out there on the market. It's only with mine. Now, As you'll notice, there is a tab that tabs into a slot in the arm. So you want to go ahead and pull back the tab, the panel line, move the arm up, pull out the panel, move the arm up. You're going to set them like that for right now. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and start separating panels. And these will slide all the way out. They're on a sliding double hinge, and they come up and they go all the way to the back. I'll show you from this side what you do. You slide them up and over. Once you have that done, you can go ahead and raise the arms all the way up, out. And you'll also see that there's a rotating hinge up here, which is why you want to move those panels first, because of the arms. You go ahead and rotate the arms outward. You can leave them up like that for right now. We'll finish those off in a minute. Next thing you want to do is you want to take this butt flap and you want to pull it from around the legs. Now, they actually clip around these hinges, which is where my issue comes with my figure. And we'll get into that again in just a minute. Flip the butt flap underneath. And you've pretty much got the backpack finished. You want to take this is where the interesting part of the transformation comes, is in the legs. You go ahead and straighten out. You want to keep this out of the way. You'll see the floppiness of the leg, and you'll understand that in a minute. You got to slide this together. It snaps together. Then this piece breaks apart and comes around and wraps around and fills in the rest of the leg. Then you want to go ahead and get all this positioned together. That tabs in right there, and fold the foot down, and you have a leg. Like I said, this is where the intriguing part of the transformation comes into play with this particular toy. Then you want to do the same thing on this side. I'll show you that split over here on this leg. And mine, this side is a little tight. Bring it around. You want to straighten out the front half of the leg, and it tabs in right there. And there you have his feet. Now then, you want to take the whole backpack section, and it's also on a slider joint that you want to slide it up. And as you do so, you'll see the little cutout right there in the butt flap that's going to sit right into the slider joint. You're going to stand him up, position his arms, position the arms, bring down the rat head, and there's Rattrap. And you can already see what I'm talking about by the warpage in the backpack. It's supposed to sit like this, and it's all warped off to the side on mine. And the reason why that I took the rat feet off, or rat legs off, is because the instructions say to leave them off to the side like this, which looks really stupid, and it makes it difficult to pose the figure. And most reviewers have it to where that they twist the hand around, and then they slide it onto the back like so to help negate the kibble. But when I do that, mine just pops right off. The joint is so weak on mine. So it's better if I just do what I'm doing now and then snap them back on, although I really don't like parts forming or parts formers. Now, people have complained about the tail being down here because that's not Rattrap-esque from Beast Wars. You can wrap it around and bend it and whatever you want to try and get it out of the way a little bit more and make it not so pronounced, but it's going to be there. His articulation, he does have a head swivel. His ball jointed shoulders, elbow joint, he has a elbow swivel. His wrists do rotate, which I'm not going to do. Nothing at the waist due to his transformation. He does have hip joints, the hip swivel, or thigh swivel, the bend in the knee actually both ways, which is kind of weird, and nothing at the ankle. So he's posable, but he's not super posable. But he's posable enough.